Hey guys, today we'll be reviewing Essential Fantastic Four Volume 3. If you're unfamiliar with the Essential line, it was the former black and white Marvel imprint. Essential Fantastic Four Volume 3 collects issues number 41 to 63 and annuals number 3 to 4. So, yeah, I guess this is the volume of Fantastic Four, I suppose, in the sense that it contains the most famous story arcs: the coming of Galactus, This Man, This Monster, the one where Doctor Doom steals the power cosmic. But not only that, it introduces Black Panther, has the first appearance of Black Bolt, the Inhumans, Silver Surfer, Galactus, the introduction of the Negative Zone, and the wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Excuse me. So there's a lot going on. Right. So I kind of took some brief notes, so I'm sort of structured here. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about the writing and art. So in this volume, we've fully transitioned from single issue story arcs to story arcs that span several issues, usually around 3 to 4. So, yeah, it looks a lot more like modern day type of stuff in that regard. We also got the introduction of B plots. I should say, of course, this was written by Stan Lee, and the art is by Jack Kirby, of course. The famous team. They did over 100 issues together of Fantastic Four. So anyway, so we have we even have B plots that are sort of permeating throughout this volume. Sometimes even C plots. And to be honest, the pacing is not quite there yet. Yeah, it will sort of abruptly change to a cut to mostly the Inhumans. This is a very Inhumans heavy volume. Okay, they feature in almost every single issue. Anyway, sometimes for like a page, and then they'll get back to the main story. The pacing's just not there. Okay, yeah, like I said, this volume contains all the most famous stories, most notably the coming of Galactus, which for a first read, as it was for me, I have to say that it wasn't quite as, I don't know what the word is, incredible as I had anticipated. I understand that within the context of its time, I don't think a story like that had been done before. Like a villain of the caliber that Galactus is a little bit different than your street level schemer or whatnot. So, but it's good. It's good, and this is a good way to I guess like juncture for me to like segue onto the art. While the story of the coming of Galactus is not like super notable, it does kind of mark a transition for Jack Kirby's art. Because from that point, I noticed there's a lot more abstract, like creative type. I don't know what you would even call it. I'll definitely put some images up on the screen, but the art, yeah, Kirby takes it to like a whole new level with a whole bunch of wild and wacky stuff. You really have to see it. I'm not sure how you describe it. Also, I guess, as it pertains to notes about the art, I did notice a lot more like facial headshots being drawn, a lot more facial detail as well. And some more shadow work with faces and people and stuff like that. Like sometimes half their face will be obscured by shadow, or I just noticed some extra details being done on the art, I guess, as the series progressed. And let's talk about, I guess, some of the like characters and stuff like that, which is kind of still talking about the writing, but. So there's lots of, I guess they decided to take up like the relationship drama, like up to an 11. I guess it's yeah. well, like I said, Reed and Sue get married, but then not long after that, they introduced this dynamic where Sue Storm, the invisible woman, the invisible girl at this point, excuse me, feels quite ignored by Reed Richards or Mr. Fantastic. It's kind of funny in the sense that I always kind of love like witty back and forths, but I can definitely understand like the mindset of a person who's like, I don't want to see marital troubles. I definitely wouldn't want to see it in real life. But not only that, there's also Johnny Storm, okay, the Human Torch. He has some relationship woes. Yeah, he calls his old flame, Tori Evans, I think's her name, and tries to ask her if she wants to go out or something, but she has a different date. So he's like, I didn't even like her anyway. She smells weird. Anyway, and then he sees Crystal from the Inhumans, I guess, like lounging around in the projects or something. And then I guess he becomes like obsessed with her. And so he spends like this entire 20 issues, which is like almost 2 years in our world, trying to get back with Crystal. It's, yeah, who he just saw once. So that's pretty much consumes like most of his focus. But there's also a lot of like a subplot for a while where he goes to a college. They drop this stuff pretty quick, but they introduce like this like football coach and his star player who's like a jerk. Like I said, they kind of drop this stuff, but it's there for a few issues, I guess, when they're experimenting with that type of stuff. But most notably, his college roommate and friend is this guy Wyatt Wingfoot, who meets the Fantastic Four and like goes with them to Wakanda and stuff like that, and helps him out. Helps him out a lot. So that's cool, I guess. Moving on to the Thing. Ben Grimm or the Thing. He also kind of has some of this melodrama with Alicia Masters, his sort of girlfriend. She sort of convinces the Silver Surfer to turn on Galactus, and for some reason, the Thing thinks that Silver Surfer's trying to like steal his girl, or that she's more into him, I guess. And so they fight a couple times. But otherwise, other than that, he's pretty funny. He's got some funny moments, some funny one-liners and stuff like that. So, that's what I have to say about him, I guess. Right. So like the volume begins with the Thing getting brainwashed after he quits, by the Frightful Four. That's their only appearance, all together. Because their team kind of falls apart because Medusa quits and goes back to the Inhumans. Sandman and the Wizard get put in prison, but Sandman escapes. I don't know what happened to Pastepot Pete or Trapster or whatever his name is. Anyways, and it ends with this creature out of the negative zone. It's not a nihilist. It's this guy called Blastar. He basically looks like an overgrown critter. He's kind of a nerd. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. So, I guess like overall conclusion here. I didn't quite like this as much as the previous two volumes because, like I say, I feel like it's kind of like a transitional thing where they don't have the pacing quite down. So it kind of feels like jolting around between basically like the main story and then the Inhumans, or Johnny Storm looking for the Inhumans. But otherwise than that, I mean, if you want to read all the most famous stories, like I said, Meet the Black Panther, the Silver Surfer, and all the rest, this is like the historic volume for you to check out. Sorry, I haven't been recording lately, so I'm a little unpolished at the moment, rambling even. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one.